I've started this video so many times, started recording this video and just constantly restarting it. But let's get into it. God damn it. So this is a horror game that I feel like I have not really been talking about. I don't even think I mentioned it at all on this channel. And it is based in a series that I've never really played, but I have played this developer's previous games. And I feel like the main reason why I never really talked about this game when it was first announced was because of the previous game. And this game is The Sinking City. The Sinking City is a detective game that takes place in the Lovecraft universe. It's a Lovecraftian horror game, kinda. It's not really a horror game. It focuses more on the detective side than it does the horror side. And so you're just mostly in the game trying to solve clues, looking around areas. It's got basically like a point and click gameplay style. It's not a point and click game. It's in third person and you're got free full 3D movement. So it's not a it's not a point and click game, but it still has like that gameplay style. Of course there is combat in the game, there is guns and stuff, but again, it's not like the main focus. It's very much mainly focusing on being a detective. This developer, Frogwares, they also developed the games Sherlock Holmes Crime and Punishment, Sherlock Holmes The Devil's Daughter, and Sherlock Holmes The Awakened, which is also a Lovecraft horror game, Lovecraft inspired game. It takes place in the Lovecraftian universe. And so the reason why I never really talked about these games is because they're not really horror games, and also I haven't really completely played The Sinking City. What I have played, it was good, and I did like it, but I got distracted by other things, and I never kind of went back to it. I do plan to actually play it from the beginning. Will I stream it? No, because I don't think I'm truly comfortable streaming point and click puzzle games and stuff. I've tried, and I always feel like I'm an idiot playing them. Like I always feel like I can't solve a puzzle or anything. And so, yes, I try to avoid playing those games nowadays. I will play survival horror games and stuff, and that's why I will stream The Sinking City 2, and we're going to react to a video talking about it that goes into a deep dive in the game, and it will show you that The Sinking City 2 is drastically different from the first game. So let's react to that video.
The Sinking City 2 is a game that blends the hallmark Lovecraftian designs with survival horror and investigation. It has been in development for more than 2 years, and it's definitely been a challenge. The first game was a different genre and a different engine, and switching those for the sequel isn't exactly an easy process. But making a video game in a literal war zone has tested us in ways we never imagined before. But first things first.
So I just wanted to talk about some of the things this person mentioned, and that is, yes, it confirmed that the developers does not think of The Sinking City as a horror game. It is very much more of a detective style game, kind of like how the Alan Wake developers don't classify Alan Wake 1 as a horror game. That is just an action game to them, while Alan Wake 2 is a horror game to them. And I would argue Alan Wake is more of a horror game than The Sinking City is. Of what I played with The Sinking City, Alan Wake is a lot more of a horror game because it does have a lot of suspenseful elements to it. While compared to its sequel, Alan Wake 2, yeah, I can see why Remedy doesn't like calling Alan Wake 1 a horror game. I will, but I understand why they won't. I cannot really call The Sinking City a horror game. I can call this a horror game.
The Sinking City 2 is a third-person survival horror game that takes place in the iconic Lovecraftian city of Arkham. Unlike Oakmont from The Sinking City 1, Arkham is left behind by its residents, with only a few twisted minds remaining. It is a decaying labyrinth of flooded streets, crumbling mansions, and eerie silence.
So in the first game, I do know, because again, I played like a couple hours of the first game. I do know that you join the city, and it is flooded and stuff, but there are a bunch of different people living there. Most of them are like these fish people, and there are some people who are like human, 100% like normal humans. And then you got the fish people stuff, and no one was really hostile. I mean, when they talked to him, the fish people would be kind of like rude and stuff because they have felt like people being rude to them, and so they just kind of give it back. They'd be like, okay, people have been rude to us, so I don't give a shit about you, kind of go fuck yourself. But no one was like attacking you. There was no monsters instantly attacking you and stuff. And I don't know, maybe later on, because I do know there is combat in the game. There is gunplay. I mean, the cover of the game has the main character holding a Tommy gun. So there is combat in the game, but it's not the main focus compared to this game. And as they just said, there is barely any people to talk to. Mostly just monsters.
Biggest priorities are atmosphere and discovery. Arkham is filled with environmental storytelling, hidden secrets, progression-altering paths to explore and investigate. While not open world, it offers large areas that players can explore both by boat and on foot, and find mysteries in every corner of the map.
See, that's very interesting. See, it has like, you are going around in a boat to different locations and stuff, and so it's not necessarily an open world, but it is an open area that you can explore and even backtrack and stuff. And I absolutely love that, because it's much bigger than in other survival horror games like Resident Evil or Silent Hill. Even though you have an entire town, you still are kind of limited to certain areas you go to. Like in Silent Hill 2, you get that first little street of the town, and then you explore that a little bit, and then you finally get inside the apartment, and then you go inside the apartment, you explore that, you finish that area, and then you go back outside the town, and then you explore that little area of that town, and then you are inside a hospital, and you explore the hospital for most of that playthrough, and then you're back. And the town sections are a lot more linear than the apartment, the hospital, and the historical society, and the hotel. They're compared to like these segments where you are in town. The only one that isn't really linear is the first part of the town. The first part of the town you enter, because that one involves you to backtrack to different like places back and forth. But once you enter the apartments, after that, every time you are outside in the town, in the street, it is more of a linear path. And in this, it's a lot more open. And I do like that very much.
In The Sinking City 2, we have rebuilt the combat from the ground up to deliver fun and satisfying gunplay. As you explore Arkham, you will face both iconic Lovecraftian creatures as well as our own unique monstrosities that expand.
I love the design of this creature. This creature looks fucking cool. I absolutely love this creature. It's so cool. I can't wait to play this game, man.
The Cthulhu mythos. Each enemy is designed with distinct behaviors to keep encounters dynamic. For example, smashers will pounce and retreat to disrupt your positioning. While
this creature very much reminds me of the creature in Dead Space. If you remember Dead Space, there was like this kind of creature that kind of looks like it has wings, and it will kind of, how it walks very similar to this creature. and it will jump on you and pierce you in the skull. But in Dead Space, they also like will attack dead bodies and infect them, and make them into the monsters of the game.
Slithers demand precision to conserve ammo. To further elevate the experience, our team designed a special wound body system that telegraphs each hit in clear and convincing ways, even though there's still a lot of work ahead.
I love how these new horror games and stuff try to really focus on the limb system. Like, we gotta really show off the limb system. We gotta show off these gory, bloody things. Even like indie horror games try to do that. The Ebola series, if you know what the Ebola games are, they do like a weird. They've been trying to do like a new like a limb system in their games. The Ebola series. The games that are like Resident Evil knockoffs, like rip-off games. Again, they also have like a limb system and stuff, and Resident Evil did the limb system in Resident Evil 2 remake and 4 remake. And I don't think Silent Hill did anything with the limbs. Silent Hill 2 specifically. But a lot of like horror game companies, like, we gotta really show off, like the Dead Space did do something with the limbs, and like how every time you shot off the skin would fall off of the creatures. The Dead Space remake. So a lot of developers are really trying to show off the gore of their horror games.
Investigation has been our studio's identity for a quarter of a century, and in The Sinking City 2, investigations add a unique twist to the overall experience, while ensuring that those who prefer to focus on other gameplay elements can still progress without feeling hindered. As you play the game, you will find clues scattered across the map pointing to different mysteries. And while some clues are more important than others, you don't have to find all of them to solve your cases. We don't want to force you to follow a predetermined number of steps as you investigate something. And while detective work is not required to advance the story, engaging in investigation and puzzle solving will unlock powerful gameplay bonuses and new ways to overcome challenges. We aim to offer you tangible, gameplay-altering rewards for solving mysteries.
So that's cool. Like it's not really a needed to progress the story, but if you want to do it, you get bonuses, and there is a reason to do it, so you can upgrade your weapons. So that's actually really good. I really do like that. It's not the main focus like how it is in the first Sinking City and their other games, but it is a good reason. There is a good reason to solve them. I do like that. It's really cool.
With The Sinking City 2, we have made the significant leap to Unreal Engine 5, marking a pivotal moment for us. While working with a new engine is always a challenge, Unreal allows us to streamline quite a few parts of our process. Lumen alone can elevate the atmosphere and the visuals of a game. With the help of MetaHuman Animator, we can finally leave the old animation pipeline behind and get much better results. We're also actively hiring new talents to create new systems and enhance visuals and gameplay in ways we couldn't do before. For those of you who are unfamiliar, our dev team is based in Ukraine. It's been 3 years since the start of the Russian invasion, and we even had enough time to kick off, develop, and release a game during this period. But it's not really something you can get used to. Even in Kiev or Western Ukraine, that is generally considered safe-ish, everybody still has to deal with daily drone strikes, regular missile attacks, power outages, and more. It's bleak days and sleepless nights, since air raid alerts are now 24/7. For the lack of better words, it's a shitty situation. And for many of us creating games, it's not just our passion. It's our way of clinging to normalcy, too.
Oh, no. Oh, don't do that. This game won't have AI. They just did this for this video, but don't do that. No. No. No, it almost spoiled the moment, but I'll look past it. If I see fucking AI in anywhere in that game, I will feel very, very disappointed. Just so you know, developers. But yeah, that looks absolutely great. I will be playing the first game, try to beat that. I will not be streaming it, as I said earlier, but I am streaming Silent Hill F. That is right, I'll be streaming Silent Hill F till I beat it. So, by the time you're watching it, I will still be streaming it. And if you do miss a stream, do not worry. I have been uploading the streams to my VODs channel, Joey Rocks VODs, which is a link in the description, and so is the Twitch channel. But I will say the Twitch URL, twitch.tv/JarvyRocks. That is twitch.tv/JarvyRocks. Please go give me a follow on Twitch. It is free. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jarvy Rocks VODs, which is also free. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.